So what's going on, guys? So I have meditated, and as you saw, I wrote my goals. So I wrote my goals for the day, I wrote my goals for the month, and then I have my goals for the year. And I look at those every day. And the thing is with goals is I think that a lot of times people look at them as like, oh, maybe I'll get them, maybe I won't. I try to live into them. So then I meditate on them. So I meditate on how am I gonna get these things? Like, what is gonna happen? I try to visualize what it's like to feel that happening. And I try to associate that feeling with actually accomplishing it. The biggest thing you can do is if you want to succeed, you have to put yourself in a state to succeed. But now I want to do something with you guys. I want to talk to you guys about this new series. I'm going to map it out right here, so give me 1 second. So what's going on, guys? So here I am. I have my whiteboard. And so what I want to talk to you guys about is essentially what this vlog series will look like. Now, first off, if you're watching this, you're probably saying, wow, Brian, your hair looks like Dwight. So what I want to do with this vlog series is essentially, I want to produce something that is very genuinely, authentically me. And more importantly, there's a lot of things going on. So let's map them out right now. So what's going on, guys? So I have the board here, and I wanted to start off by essentially making it so I have a list of things that I want to put onto the series. So we have different events, and so obviously we have contest preps. Lindsay and I are both in prep. We're gonna have shows coming up, contests coming up, and a lot of different things we're gonna be doing with that. Moving to Los Angeles opens us up to a huge amount of travel and trips. We also have business ventures, things that I wanna do that I know, like collaborations that I can introduce the series to, and also bring you guys along to introduce them to too. And then we have massive change. So the big thing is this is such a holistic approach to this because everything we've done right now has been a massive change. It wasn't just about moving to Los Angeles. It was about moving to Los Angeles and expanding. Business, physically, bodybuilding wise, everything alike. And I want to be able to bring you guys with us. And so this vlog series is going to be that. And so now I'm gonna go over some of the different bits and pieces that I think that I wanna add in because I think it's really important. The next one is gonna be my style. So these are the things that I really like, and these are the things I want to highlight on here. Obviously competing is a huge thing for me, but also fitness. You know, those things I think go hand in hand. I think that competing is a different brand of fitness. So I want to do competing as my thing, and I want to kind of be the same way I've coached people. So I don't coach bodybuilders. I don't want to. I want to coach people who want a lifestyle change. I want people who want to become physically fit. And so I want to break that into fitness and mindset. So for those of you guys who have followed this journey, you know that I have like the Monday rant. You know that I love to be in a place where I can motivate people because there's been so many times in my life when I didn't have that. There's been so many times in life when like I first started this journey, it was very, very lonely, and I needed motivation, I needed help, I needed mindset help. And so that's what I want to highlight here. And the other things I think that no one on this vlog really knows about me is that I love music, philosophy, and politics. Now, music, obviously you guys have my guitar, you saw that, you know that I play, and you might have seen a vlog or two of that. But I don't think philosophy and politics are something that I've really talked about. And so I do not want to make this a philosophy class. I do not want to talk to you about my political beliefs entirely. I don't want this to become something where I have a debate on here and it becomes something that's very divisive and turns people off. I like politics because it should be the discussion of ideas, not the discussion of people, places, events. It's the discussion of the ideas behind them. And I think that that's what I want to get into on this. So there's a couple books I'm going to be reading. The first one's going to be Plato's Republic. And I want to do like small book reviews, like, okay, here's kind of what this is, and just put in like a minute-long thing. Nothing that's going to be like, okay, Brian's preaching, but just kind of, be the person who's giving that little poke to people. Like, this is something that you can do, or this is something you should think about, because there's so many times, especially in fitness, so many fitness people are downright like a very, very, baseline of intelligence, I feel like, that doesn't get below the surface, and I am not that way, and there's not anything wrong with people who don't like those things. It's just I'm not that way. And so that comes down to the big thing on the bottom, which you guys might be able to see, but be authentic. And so how do I do that? So if I watched my vlogs, I would say that the last 10 to 15, I've become much more authentic. I am a dichotomy. And what I mean by that is I am someone who's very intense, but also very emotionally tied to different things. I'm someone who's very much a serious person a lot of times, but I'm a complete goofball and I never take myself seriously 90% of the time. So there's this, amount of personality that I think that I haven't completely put onto the vlogs, and I want to do that. And like there's random things that always go on inside of my head that I want to put on here. So like one thing I was telling Linz about is that when I check out of a gas station or groceries or whatever, and like the price is like 1982, I try to think of the year of that happened. Or like what happened in that year. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a daily history tip on here. Like this is what happened in history. It'll take like 5 seconds, but that'll be something that's mine. I love making dad jokes. I love making dad jokes. I am very, very dry humor, not completely the funniest person, but I think I am. And so I'm gonna put that on here. There's a lot of things like that I wanna put on here for you guys because I want to be with you on this journey, and I wanna show you those parts because I feel like now I spent so much time focusing on getting to Los Angeles, focused on getting here and getting here and getting here and getting here, that the vlogs kind of were just random. They weren't anything that was like hard-nosed, like boom, 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 we're focusing on this today and we're doing this because we have this vision. Now we're here. And so it's time to focus on the actual vlog quality. And so the other parts that I'm gonna have are essentially the bread and biscuits, the things that I wanna do. Every day is gonna have its own, essentially, piece that we're gonna talk about. So we have training, we have training, we have dieting, we're gonna have nutrition, we're gonna have just mindset, advice. I want to make this very fun, entertaining, and ultimately be able to put as much value in you guys as possible. And this is how we're gonna do it. So that's it. Welcome to the vlog series. I'm excited, but it's time to eat. It's time to go shoot the Monday rant, which a funny thing about that is it's gonna be only on Facebook. So if you guys are watching this, the Monday rants are now on Facebook. Everything else is gonna be on YouTube, but I'm gonna kind of like switch things up and try to keep it the way that I want. But I'm gonna go shoot the Monday rant, so I'll see you there. So what's going on, guys? So I shot the Monday rant. Lindsay and I are at Locale. They closed, so we're gonna go back home, get some food. Hey, where are you doing, Miss Hairy Face? We're gonna get some food, and we'll see you at the gym. So what's going on, guys? It's Brian here. I'm gonna talk you guys through this exercise, this workout. It is chest today, and I'm gonna be honest, I had a brutal time, had a massive headache during the whole time, so I was trying to push through and ended up just trying to get the most out of it. But we're doing 225 here for incline press. I really like this exercise the way that it's working now with my coach is we're doing the incline barbell press, and then we move into the dumbbell press right after. But I try to focus on getting as much weight on the last 2 sets as I can here, and then move right into the dumbbell press. So the dumbbell press is more to get a pump. I'm just trying to hit the chest, trying to go a little bit slower, but also get the movements. Like I said, though, each set is like a progressive set. So when you're training compound movements, or really anything in general, you should do like the first couple sets as a warm-up, and then move into a place where you're doing the last 2 to 3 sets as really intense forced sets, trying to get as much out of it as you can. And then something like this now, we're focusing more on volume than like cardio, for instance. So adding in a dumbbell press after this is just trying to get as much volume to that chest as possible. Now we're moving to flat bench, and flat bench has been always something I've struggled with. I don't put up a lot of weight, and I think in the off season that's going to be my chief focus. I think I'm going to move a little bit away from bodybuilding and focus more on strength, because here I ended up getting 225 for about 10 reps. which isn't terrible, especially for your second exercise, second movement. I'm really focusing on getting heavier incline press, but I want to be able to move weight at a more high capacity. Still jumping right into the dumbbell flat bench. And I think that wears me out too. I usually could move more weight, but now that we're doing so many supersets and really pumping the chest up as much as possible, I've seen a little decrease in my strength. So if you guys are doing this one at home or at a gym, which is more likely, you're going to want to be at a place where you can stretch and contract that chest and really just get as much volume as you can. Just pump the chest up as much as you can and get the best contraction as possible. Now moving to the actual pec deck machine. I apologize. You guys can tell most days by what I'm wearing at the gym just means that it's laundry day. So this is like the last tier of shirts that is acceptable for me to wear at the gym. But when you're doing pec deck, it's important that you keep your chest back. Don't use your shoulders. Really focus on keeping your shoulders and chest back. You want to keep your back flat against the pad. Don't end up pushing the weight forward. Too many people put a lot of weight on the actual pec deck and are just trying to move weight. Try to focus on how you squeeze and contract your chest. And then I'm supersetting this with the actual, like a bench press, as far as like literally a bench. Obviously I'm doing it on the weights, but here trying to get as much pump in my chest, as much volume in my chest as possible, stretching and contracting. I'm really actually happy, guys. I'm starting to see the striations come through, which means that I'm going to be diced for the contest, so that'll be exciting. But here, supersetting these two, trying to get the most out of them and trying to really get as much blood flow as possible. And then we're ending with cable cross. So cable cross at this angle is really great for hitting the lower part of your chest. It really makes a big difference in just the separation of your chest and your abdominals. Trying to hit this and really squeeze the chest as much as possible. And then we're going to go into a dip. So when you're done this and you move over to the dips, it's really important that you feel it in your chest. I try to keep my chest a little bit more towards the bottom and really feel the squeeze in the lower part of my pecs. That's what you're trying to target when you're doing dips or even cable cross. Your chest has the top part, the middle part, and the lower part. All are parts of the pectoral minor and major, but you want to do different exercises to hit those areas. And for me, decline and dips are things I need to focus on. So add these in and help it out, but let's wrap up this vlog. So we're back home right now. I'm eating my post-workout meal. I'm gonna be honest, guys, I had a brutal time working out. I had this splitting headache. I don't know if it's from eating too much gum or whatever, but it's like coming from my jaw. Maybe I have tetanus. Maybe you guys will never see me again because I'll have locked jaw. But it made it really tough to work out and focus, but I just focused on getting a really good pump, and I ended up doing a couple extra sets beyond the workout footage that you saw. So I did like 3 sets of incline dumbbell press just to really get a little more on my chest. And I'm feeling pretty sore right now, so overall, I'd say it was a success. But I'm having sweet potato, cream of wheat, this 80 grams cream of wheat, and 1 scoop protein. And this is the Mystique, the smoothie ice cream. And so this is 1 scoop of protein, some blueberries, strawberries, and some ice. But I appreciate you guys tuning in. This is the first video of Level Up, and so this is going to be an exciting series. I'm glad that you guys joined me for this. Let me know what your comments are on the series as a whole, and if you have any suggestions, I'd really appreciate hearing them, and I think it'll make a difference on the whole. So subscribe to the channel if you're new, give us one a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next video.